I bought this house knowing it was a fixer-upper. I told myself it was just character. Old paint, creaky floors, and walls so thin you could hear the pipes groan whenever someone turned on a tap. It had been empty for years, so I figured the worst I'd have to deal with was dust and maybe a raccoon or two in the attic. The first time I found the writing, I thought it was kind of funny. I was tearing down drywall in the spare bedroom, pulling out warped wooden studs, when I spotted something in thick, faded marker scrawled directly on the plaster underneath. "Don't trust him," it said, all in block letters. I figured it was just some old joke between construction workers decades ago, maybe someone arguing with their boss. I laughed it off, took a picture for a friend, and kept working. Over the next few weeks, I started finding more. In the kitchen, behind a cabinet, there was a note in what looked like pencil. "He's watching you." In the hallway, near the baseboards, written so small I almost missed it. "He knows you're alone." It was weird, sure, but I told myself it was just leftover graffiti from the previous owners. Maybe teenagers had lived here before, or someone had an unusual sense of humor. Then I started noticing the handwriting was changing. The first messages looked old, smudged, cracked, maybe 20 years faded. But the ones I found in the bathroom remodel looked fresh, crisp, as if they'd been written yesterday. I started checking the walls more closely, even in places I wasn't renovating yet, and I found them everywhere. "I hear you walking at night. Stop tearing it down. Go back to the other room." I stopped sleeping well after that. Even when I tried to tell myself it was all just coincidence, I'd lie in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering who he was supposed to be. One night around 2 a.m. I heard tapping, not the kind from pipes or tree branches. It was rhythmic. 3 taps, pause, 3 more. It sounded like it was coming from inside the walls. The next morning, I checked the section where I thought the noise came from. The wall was solid, no loose boards or visible holes. But near the baseboard, in small red ink, was a new message. "I heard you too." That's when I called my friend Eric. He's a contractor, and I figured if anyone could reassure me this was just some weird house-settling thing, it would be him. He came by, checked the place over, and told me the structure was fine. But before he left, he pulled me aside and asked, "Hey, are you sure you're the only one living here?" I laughed it off, but I didn't feel like laughing. 2 nights later, I woke to a sound like paper tearing. I sat up in bed, listening. It stopped. I turned on the light, walked down the hall, and saw that the corner of the wallpaper in the spare bedroom was peeled back. Underneath, in huge black letters, were the words, "Do not stay here." That was enough for me. I decided to stay at a motel for a while. But before I left, I went room to room, snapping photos of every message I could find. In some of the pictures, I swear I can see faint shapes in the plaster, like outlines of fingers pressed from the other side. The motel was supposed to make me feel safe. It didn't. The first night there, I got a text from an unknown number. No words, just a photo. My bedroom wall. Fresh writing in thick black marker, "You shouldn't have left." I don't know how they got that picture. I went back once with Eric in daylight. We didn't see anything new, but the air felt heavy. Before we left, Eric noticed something in the corner of the living room. A tiny square of wall that sounded hollow when you tapped it. He said it was probably just an old access panel. I told him I'd check it out later, but I haven't yet. I'm still in the motel, paying for a house I'm too afraid to stay in. I've thought about selling it, but every time I start to list it online, I stop. Because in the back of my head, there's one thing I can't explain. A week before I moved out, I found a message in my bedroom written in the exact handwriting as my own. It said, "See you soon.